Hello crafting friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Barbara Radzevicius and I'm Bondi Fibre Crafter. It's very warm and humid here today in Bondi. It's the last day of February and I thought I would get in my last episode for this month and also announce the winners of my third year anniversary of my channel. I've got three lucky people drawn, and I'll put that in the middle of my knitting and quilting. I will need you though to contact me by email or by DM in Instagram, and that's in the information in the description box below. So I hope you enjoy your beautiful projects that you get. You can either have them finished or as a kit. I'm also thinking that I might draw another 3 for kits only. So, and I will have that by the end. I'll give that another 2 weeks until the 14th of March. So I will keep that in mind. I haven't been extra busy, I wouldn't say, but I have done a few things. I finished my scarf that I started and I did a swatch, which I don't usually do. I mean, this is a swatch for the Silverleaf shawl that I made. I'm going to make it for my sister. I made it for my sister, actually. The pattern turned out really well. I did frog it a few times, especially the lace. The lace is what I frogged. I think it came out really nicely. I haven't washed or blocked it yet. That was why I did the swatch. And apparently this yarn is Holzgarn Tides, and it is 70% merino and 30% silk. So that's why it feels so lovely. I thought it was linen, but it's not. So it has a silk content, and I think the leaves turned out really lovely. It's quite a big scarf. And when I got to the end of this, because I do have trouble reading some graphs and directions, and so I followed the picture and just did what I thought would work, and it did. Really happy with it. It's got an I-cord binding on it. I followed this pattern exactly. I can't believe it. There's about a third pattern I've followed exactly. The rest are recipes. Oh, and the color is pearl, and it's beautiful. So I bought a cone of pearl, apparently, and I've started another one. And this is the Cecil shawl by Joanna Herriot. It's lovely. I've had it for a long time. And I have tried to make this one before also. And reading the instructions, I can already see I've made a mistake. But I'm carrying on. And I've decided with this one, I'm going to follow the picture. I'm more a visual learner, I'm thinking. And I'll follow the picture with the graph as a sort of a guideline. But you know what I mean. Oh, so yeah. Knitting by pictures for a left-handed person with dyslexia. So that's what I'm up to. So this is the when it's washed, it's beautiful. It's so soft, and so I just have to block the shawl now for my sister, and it will be done. I also have a beautiful, well, all my quilts are beautiful in my opinion, but this one I'm showing this week is Flying Geese, and I love Flying Geese. It is so easy to make, and I'm showing it as inspiration, friends, because I think anyone can make it Flying Geese from anything, minor or scraps. I make scrap quilts mainly. This channel is about quilts and scrap quilts, scrap yarn. But yeah, so the Flying Geese is very easy to make, and I think anyone who would like to make a nice scrap quilt. The one I made is a smallish one. It's like 50 inches by 70. And the rectangles that make up the little blocks are only 4.5 by 8 inches cut. And that's a rectangle. And then you have 2 squares and you sew them on, put them face down and cut diagonally, press. You have a flying goose. So yeah, it's a fab quilt to make, and I made all mine from all K-facet fabrics, so it's very versatile. Let me just check what else I've got to say. Yeah, I did try to make a scarf I cast on. It didn't work for me. I made all sorts of weird things with it. And so I just frogged it. Actually, John frogged it. And it is a beautiful pattern. And it was all one, and they had little bobbly things of a different colour from wrap and turns. Now I can do wrap and turns because I've learned how to do that after much thing, but it just wasn't coming out as I wanted it to, so frogged it. I will try it again though, when it's cooler maybe. And yeah, so I'm going out today to see Judith, hopefully. I will be glad when the humidity's gone, because the humidity is just making me so sticky, and there might be a cool breeze out there. So thank you so much for joining me today, friends, and if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And yeah, it's so fun. I hope you like this this episode, especially oh, I do have some progress with my butterfly quilt also, but I've only done a small part of that. It is a long-term project, hoping to get it done by September. So I'll show more of that next week when I've got a bit more done. So let's get into it, friends. That's it for me for this week, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And I'll see you soon. Bye. P.S. Don't forget to check out the separate little video that I made on how to make a hot bowl cozy holder. It's in there. Bye, friends. John's cutting out the shapes for my butterflies with the new black grunge that I got. I've only got a small cutting table, and it's a small round one now, and he's cutting out strips. How wide are the strips?
2.5.
So, you know, everything is basically 2.5-inch strips. Even the triangles, I mean.
There we are.
I love this black grunge, it's just beautiful. And then there's the shapes that he's photocopied, and he'll cut those out. So don't have to buy them from the shop, they're just free basically. So once you've got a main page, you just photocopy it until you
10 for 16.
Got your shopping list in there. Yeah, and now he's going to, how are you going to cut them out?
Well, I've got the template here. I'll measure it now to see how long I need them. 3 1/4.
Let's have a look.
So 2.5 by 3 1/4. So I'll cut them 3 1/4, and then I'll lay them out. So I cut 3 or 4 at a time.
Okay.
And then trim around the template.
The next step is to lay out the 2.5-inch strips with the fabric very neatly, because he's going to cut a few at a time, a few strips of them at a time. He was a process worker, so He knows how to do this. I wouldn't ask him if he didn't like doing it. I mean, I didn't even ask him. He asked me. So I was not going to refuse a kind offer like that. And now he's cutting them the length of the piece. And so he just cut them like that until he's done the hole with the fabric, and then the next couple of strips. So now he's using the template to cut around it with the seam allowance on it. Probably could do with a pair of sharper scissors.
Yeah, I need to change them.
This is a good thing about using a 2.5 inch strip. You just put your template on top and cut round it. That's how I used to do the hexagons before I got my punch. Viscous punch is excellent for the papers, not for the fabric. So how many do you get out of a strip?
I cut 6 strips, so I get 13 out of a strip. So that's a total of 78. And while I'm cutting it like this, I'm cutting 3 pieces at once.
Okay, so that's handy to know. So how many strips did you cut altogether?
6.
6. And out of the 6 I'll get
78
78 pieces. That's good. Here we have a nice little pile of diamond type templates. I think they're called coffin shape, ready to go into more butterflies. So there's 78. Is it 78?
Yeah.
78 nice shapes for me to English paper piece. Thanks, John. This morning, while I am up early, I decided to spend an hour or an hour and a half or so making tiny triangles. I need the triangles for this part of my butterflies. It's coming along quite well, but you know, there are these little things that you have to do just to be ready. So I've got a little pile here, but I want to make like, I'd say 50 this morning triangles, and then I'll move on to the ones John cut last night. But this is my little work tray at the moment. So fun, isn't it? It is fun when I see a nice little pile of finished ones. But yeah, so I'm chain piecing my triangles together. They're coming together really easily, and it only takes me a few seconds to do each one. So I should have a nice lot of little triangles. And then, yeah. This is the center for the yellow butterflies over there. The next one I'm doing is pink. And so that is why I needed the black connectors for that. I also need triangles for that too. So hopefully I'll get a pink medallion done this week. We'll see how we go. It's very portable and easy to do while I'm watching a podcast or a movie. So yeah. After an hour and a half, I have 44 triangles ready to go. I have sewn in the couple that were missing from this lovely flower, the center. I think it is very neat. I love fabric with writing on it, and a neutral. That's great. And now these pinks are going to get these little pieces sewn in, and also I've done these for the pinks too. I did those last night, so ready to go. It's nice to have some handwork ready, and I can get those done in a relatively short time. It's not speedy though, so it will probably take me a couple of episodes of sewing the pieces together on this medallion. See how we go. I love it. I love hand piecing, and it's so so nice and slow, and I can do it while watching TV or listening to nothing really. I just had the TV off and it's just so quiet. Sit for a while and do some sewing. That's what I have planned for this morning. It's only 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. So I'm going really well. I do get up early. So this will be my morning activity, I'm hoping, and then I'll iron all the pinks that I get done, and this one too. And that will be put over on the board and see how it looks. Still not got the centre of the pink organised yet, but I will get that done. Oh, just have to think about it for a bit, I think. Think about it for a bit. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon. I've used most of the little triangles that I was using, that I made this morning, and I've connected them into the pinks that needed doing. So I put the bottom pieces on and I did all the triangles, and now it's ready to put into a circle. I love them. They're ready to iron. And I also put the triangles into this one. And you see they're shaped like a saucer at the moment. So when I iron them, they'll go flat and ready to continue on their way. I love them when they're like this. They're just so tactile and architectural, really. I mean, can you have anything more architectural than a hexagon? No, my opinion. I just love these shapes. I think it's beautiful. Anyway, I have to go and iron now, so that might do me for today. We'll see how it goes. I do have to make dinner, so that could be that could hold me up a bit. And now to iron them on my little tiny space on the cutting board. Saves me getting the ironing board out. And you see they press so flat. So beautiful. I like to give them a bit of a steam and paper. It's so satisfying to see them flatten out and look beautiful. I don't leave the iron on them very long. I do everything in the kitchen. I'm ironing in the kitchen. I don't do everything in the kitchen. I don't really like cooking that much. but I do like ironing little pieces of fabric. Nearly there. Isn't it? It's just so satisfying. Oh, sorry about the iron. I've got the dinner plate out and it's I'm making dinner at the same time. It's nearly done. And that's this is the center for the yellow butterflies. I love the backs too. And that's a nice little pile of ironing. All done. All flat. Flat as. No hint of a bend. Ready to sew into a circle now. This is one of my favourite scrap quilts that I've made. Flying Geese. I love it. It's all K-Facet collective fabrics. Very bright, beautiful, very easy to make, this one, friends. And I'd recommend it to anyone. The blocks are sets of 4, so you can see how I've cut them. But each rectangle block, these geese are very easy to make. So there's only 2 shapes to it. 4.5 inch square, 2 of them, and an 8-inch by 4.5 inch rectangle. That's all there is to it. And then you put the 2 squares on top of the rectangle, facing the right way. Draw a diagonal line on both rectangles, on both squares, and sew along that line and then trim it. So easy, and the outcome is so beautiful for scraps. I used a lot of my K-Facet fabrics in this one, and then I machine quilted it. And for the back, I used Tula's Swallow. It was a wide backing fabric. It has sort of a cotton sateen sort of a feel to it. This quilt is approximately 50 inches by 70. So beautiful for a topper or for the couch or anything. I love how it looks. And you know, I'm not very good at random, but this is the best I can do at random. I think this is my most randomest quilt I've ever done. Could be wrong. But yeah, it looks very nice made up. You can have the blocks any size you like. Doesn't have to be big ones like this. Can be small, can be bigger. And you don't need templates. All you need to be able to do is to cut straight lines with your ruler and your rotary cutter. And that's it. It's so easy, so beautiful, the outcome. I thought I'd show you this quilt today. It's one I made about 3 years ago. So not a new one. But I thought I would show you because it's so lovely. And to see what can be done with scraps. So the scraps are not very big pieces. Not even fat quarters. Probably strips or little pieces I've got left over. I can see projects that I've made with most of these before. And the stripes, that was an episode in the K-Facet Collective, wasn't it? Beautiful colours. But yeah, love it. I love the colours. I love the overall look of it. And it's so lovely on anything, you know. You can have it on your bed, on the bottom. You could have it on the couch. I like it on the couch. So yeah, that's my Flying Geese. If you would like me to demonstrate how I make the flying geese, comment in the box below, just say, show us how to do it, and I will. It's very easy. I hope you liked having a look at this quilt. Reminds me of spring. We're going into autumn. On another note, this is my giveaway for my 3rd year of podcasting anniversary. It's my gift to you wonderful people, and it's this. I made a sample, so I have made them before. I made a lot a few years back, but this is the one now that is my giveaway, and it's either coming to you as a kit or made up if you would like me to do it, or if you like to do it yourself. I will give you instructions on how to do it, very detailed, and then you can make a whole lot for yourself, because these are perfect gifts. They are perfect for visitors. They're perfect for the grandkids to hold in their lap. They are hot soup holders, and for anything really, but I like them for my dinner, for holding rice, fried rice, fried rice with chicken, fried rice with anything really. But yeah, so this is my giveaway. So this is the last week, so 3 weeks up, 3 years, sorry, anniversary, and this is the last week to be in the winning for this one. I thought I'd just have a short one for my anniversary and see how that goes. I will have another giveaway for my birthday month, September, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to call it Quiltember. Hopefully I might have my quilt done by then. Who knows? But yeah, so leave a comment, friends, be a subscriber, and I hope you win. I think you'll be very happy with these little soup or hot bowl holders. And yeah, be in it to win it, friends. My scarf is coming along. I've had to re-knit the leaf pattern about 15 times. I'm hoping it looks like leaves when I've finished. It is going to look beautiful. I love the linen. Here's the pattern. That's what it's supposed to look like. This is a Silverleaf pattern by Lisa Hayes. I love it. I hope mine looks like this. But I'm thinking the linen is not coming up the same as wool. All the same, I'm knowing someone who will love this. Nice colour. I just need to get through the other side of the leaves and I'll be good. Here are the winners of my hot bowl cozy. I'll read them out. So the first one is Penny of Penny's Chinwag. Thanks, Penny. The second one is Black Cat New Zealand. And third is Susan Taylor. I'll have them up on the screen, and just contact me, friends, and let me know where to post these to, anywhere in the world. And so happy that you entered this competition, and there will be 3 more just kits in the next 2 weeks from all of the comments from the beginning of 14th of February till the 14th of March. Here are some of the parts that I made for the butterfly quilt that I'm making, some of the components, how to put them together, how I get John to. He's very eager, so he cut out a template and cut out the papers for me, the paper pieces for me for some of the butterflies. I was running a bit short, and I'll have that here too.